Okay. Hello, this is not a spring chicken. We are out here in, well, actually just south of the pier in Santa Monica. And this is one of my new favorite places because, you know, we look all over the place, and while the sun has been shining, it's been really kind of busy. But today, because it's been really overcast and wet, there's no one over here. So we had to come over here. Oh, yeah. I mean, this like makes no sense with the news? Well, that's probably because sometimes the news makes absolutely no sense. Or are you scratching your head wondering, why is Michelle Obama out on the campaign trail with President Obama to help other people get elected? Could it have anything to do with less negatives? Well, anyway, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines.
I thought it would be easier. And Obama admits that the most productive Congress in history gets no respect from voters.
When you ram things through which the people told you not to do, when you put legislation out you're told not to do, and you don't deliver the legislation that people wanted you to do, and forget about the fact that everybody's unemployed, they tend not to appreciate what you were told not to do.
And should that really surprise him?
Well, he's actually amazed that they don't appreciate what was done.
And Obama admits he didn't get the message out about health care.
He had 47 national addresses on health care. Most presidents only do maybe one. This guy couldn't stay off of television for 6 straight months, and yet he didn't get the message out. Well, because of Republican obstructionism, as you said last night.
Obama admits he looks too much like a typical tax and spend liberal.
Because he is, but he doesn't think that, though. He thinks it's a misperception caused by the Republican-controlled media.
Well, maybe it's because he's not a typical tax and spend liberal. He's more than a typical tax and spend liberal.
He's a print and spend liberal.
Obama admits that he didn't realize how bad Bush and the Republicans made things before he took office.
Yeah, you notice that we need to work together to fix the problem. Every other word is Bush and the Republicans in his speech last night.
And we need to work together, yeah. Obama admits that Bush is still behind all his problems.
Well, yeah, Bush and his cronies, in business are trying to destroy him because he's the first black president, and they don't want a minority president to succeed.
And Obama targets key groups as elections near home stretch.
Yeah, the groups that aren't going to vote for him. They said, first of all, they don't vote in midterm elections, and this time they have no reason to vote in this election. They don't like his policies.
And Fed plan for short-term fix brings long-term risks.
Well, yeah, they actually want to force inflation up to force people to spend money they're setting on, which means if they spend the money, they're not going to be hiring people, folks. The Fed it's the Democrats. This book, Geithner basically read a book that says, if you get people to loosen the purse strings, it will help the economy. No.
And Pentagon braces for huge WikiLeaks dump on the Iraq war.
Well, but since the moron over at the Pentagon, who's leaving the Pentagon, Gates, said that the Afghanistan thing had no effect, they're all saying, well, if Afghanistan had no effect, then why would the Iraq thing have any effect? Well, the effect is that Obama is trying people for war crimes. He basically hates the military so much, he needs just an excuse to bring people on trial.
I'm surprised that WikiLeaks has managed to release everything that they have. I mean, because if they really felt threatened, wouldn't the government have stopped it?
Okay, if Obama cared one way or the other, it would have been stopped.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. German heat ball wheeze outwits EU light bulb ban.
Well, yeah, basically, they went, that you can't have the old style light bulbs because they eat too much energy up. So he designed an old style light bulb that basically doesn't eat as much energy, and now they're screwed.
Why?
Well, because people are flocking to the light bulb versus, okay, those incandescent things that they force you to buy, they don't fit in a lot of lights.
Oh, that's true. And disappointed Obama isn't FDR? Let's remember the real deal about the New Deal.
It didn't work either. The only thing that saved FDR was World War II.
Well, and it's easy to say because part of it is most of us haven't lived during that time. All we do is hear about what was written in history, right?
I was at the rear end of it, folks.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was at the back.
That's why you know all that. Yeah. American Freedom Iran denies links to rebel group.
Well, yeah, they forced him to go to a site where people had been killed by people that wanted a democracy to teach him a lesson before they'd let him go. Well, his lesson being is that he's preparing to sue the Iranian government and going to basically lock up all their assets. And the Obama administration is pissed off about that, but he can't stop it.
Right to hunt and fish on ballot in 4 states.
Well, the eco-terrorists are basically preventing, the friendly legislatures are passing legislation to prevent hunting and fishing in their states to preserve wildlife.
Oh, really?
So they're putting legislation on to say that you're guaranteed that right.
Well, isn't there a new bill, too, about puppy mills?
Yeah, that was bills about puppy mills.
There's always bills about that.
They have, so.
Merkel, German multiculturalism utterly failed.
Yeah, because they discovered Muslims are dangerous.
Oh.
Well, no, that they had the Obama approach, that the way that we solve problems is a big tent theory. Well, the big tent theory didn't work in a Christian society.
Yeah, and do you think we learned from that?
Yeah, remember they killed all the Jews, folks?
Yeah, and it's all over for the Republicans for certain, as they believe that Obama will turn to the center to get things done.
No less than Los Angeles Times, the New York Times, all these left-wing organizations have simply told them that Obama's plan is to go further to the left and ran an imperial presidency where he does everything by executive order, and Republicans think, well, now he has to move to the center.
No.
Okay, his history shows he moves to the left when he gets into trouble.
Yep, and he's moving more to the left. And see, part of it is LA Times is pretty liberal.
Yeah. Why do they think he's going to all of these places where he absolutely has no chance of winning when he sees being won? It all has to do with the fact that he has to get that liberal base to support him. He needs to have enough people in the House and Senate to stop the Republicans from doing anything so he can do what he has to do.
Tax the rich, not small business.
Yeah, that's the latest thing. They're going to make certain that small businesses aren't taxed unless the small businesses makes more than $250,000 a year because they're millionaires. Oh, they're also billionaires. They said that this morning. We would go after the only Obama flat out said there'll be no tax extension as long as it favors those billionaires and millionaires.
Well, part of it is then if we qualified for that, then they should give us a loan because we're billionaires.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah, right. Sports fans ensnared in Fox Cablevision rate deal.
Well, yeah, basically companies are not, okay, they know Obama wants to shut down cable. Since Obama wants to shut down cable, you might as well go on the attack. If you own a network, just simply hold your ground. So.
U.S. presses China on clean tech.
Yeah, because we won't do it, but he wants the Chinese government to be the standard bearer, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, right. Like they would do something like that. Yeah. American visits Iran blast site under freedom deal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They forced the guy to go to a place that they said that he gave somebody $200 because he gave him $200 and made him a terrorist.
What?
He gave $200 to some people that were working for him, which he said he paid them for working for him instead. So they put him in jail for 2 years as associate with terrorist organizations.
Oh, gosh. France set for pension protests.
Yeah, because they don't have any money. The country is flat broke. Because they're broke, this is what happens, folks.
Obama with statehood, Palestine ready to end all claims.
Yeah, that's going to happen. They're going to, as soon as they get their territory, it's going to be all-out war. U.S.
allowed Taliban from Pakistan to attend Kabul peace talks in recent weeks.
Isn't that great? I mean, sort of ridiculousness.
And there's an election in California, but will the Democratic voters show up?
But there's no reason to do it. They generally only come out during the main elections, not during the off year.
I know. Historically, they're like that.
That's right.
Republicans and Democrats. And a bold plan to solve America's illegal immigration problem.
Yeah, which basically is the back door to amnesty. They've got, basically it's the McCain-Kennedy thing that they didn't pass the first time, which the Democrats will never allow because it forces the people to become citizens.
U.S. confident in Russia over its nuclear cooperation with Venezuela.
I mean, see, the guy is he's delusional, this president.
Yeah, what are they confident about?
They're helping the Iranians to build their facilities, and they all know it's not peaceful. And what do you think that guy wants? The guy sits on an ungodly amount of oil, and he has to have energy.
Yeah, I mean,
like the oil It costs nothing for power from their oil.
And yes, and they want nuclear
and they're
power.
Spend $100 billion to build nuclear facilities when it costs nothing.
Yeah. Proposition 19, high-profile issue, low-profile campaign.
I guess whoever wrote that was never in California. All you see is about it.
Soldier admits erasing video of Fort Hood rampage.
Yeah, he was ordered to. Mark another one up for Obama. We got to protect the Muslim to kill the people. The evidence that they had has now been erased.
Well, part of it is, as a soldier, he's supposed to follow orders, isn't he?
Yeah, he was ordered by his superiors to erase the video.
Of course. Were they able to pull anything off that old video?
Well, probably the government has it, but they said what they needed to show it wasn't a random, just insane act has now been lost forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, funny how that happens, right? First Lady rallies Ohioans alongside the president.
Yeah, they figure her negatives are lower than his negatives, and that they're going to try to get the young vote out to swing the election.
Mm-hmm. Fiscal 2010 deficit thins to 1.29 trillion.
Yeah, and they're trying to say, well, it's less than what was predicted. No, it's just that they stopped spending money right before the thing came out to make it look like it was less.
And gay marriage surfaces as an issue in state races.
Yeah, because it's basically if it's voted down every time it's voted on, which would tend to make you think that the courts are on the wrong side of the issue.
And Ted Stevens endorses Alaska Senator Murkowski posthumously.
Yeah, well, they took something out where he would talk favorably about her and ran it in a campaign.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, is that a first? To endorse someone?
All the time.
Oh, okay.
It's not exactly ethical, but they did it anyway.
Anamonte bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the animal kingdom.
If you buy a pig in the poke once, you have to be very stupid. And if you buy it a second time, you're obviously a Republican.